The episode kicks off north of the Wall, or rather, just south of it, where Jon Snow and members of the Night's Watch ride into Mole's Town after a brutal wildling raid. Inside Oberyn, they find the aftermath. Ygritte is there, emotional but defiant, singing the Rains of Castamere, and accusing the men of betrayal. She confronts Gilly and her baby, giving a chilling warning about the dangers of the south before the wildlings disappear into the night. Back at Castle Black, the remaining Night's Watch grapples with the raid's horror and the terrifying realization that the massive wildling army is much closer than they thought. With only 102 men left, they are vastly outnumbered and vulnerable to the impending attack. Meanwhile, in the high-flying Vale, Sansa Stark, still publicly posing as Elaine, is brought before the High Council to explain the mysterious circumstances of Lysa Arryn's death. Facing skeptical lords, particularly Lord Royce, who distrusts Littlefinger, Sansa decides this is her moment. She drops the act and reveals her true identity. Sansa Stark, daughter of Ned Stark, she recounts her harrowing experiences in King's Landing, portraying herself as a victim tormented by Joffrey and Cersei. She claims Littlefinger rescued her for her own protection, bringing her to Lysa at the Eyrie. Sansa then masterfully spins a convincing tale about Lysa, portraying her as consumed by jealousy over Littlefinger's affection for Sansa. She claims Lysa attacked Littlefinger before, distraught, throwing herself through the moon door. Sansa's seemingly heartfelt testimony, coupled with Littlefinger's subtle manipulation, completely sways the council in their favor. Afterward, she even questions Littlefinger's true motives, showing a newfound cunning. Across the narrow sea in Meereen, Daenerys receives a peculiar letter, seemingly from Robert Baratheon, offering her a royal pardon if she returns to Westeros. Her loyal advisor, Jorah Mormont, immediately advises caution, recognizing it as a likely trap orchestrated by the Lannisters, particularly Tywin. However, the arrival of this letter, sent from King's Landing, sparks a far more devastating discovery for Daenerys. She confronts Jorah, revealing she knows he has been spying on her for the Iron Throne from the very beginning, sending information back to Varys. Despite Jorah's heartfelt pleas and confession of love, Daenerys is devastated by his betrayal of trust. Seeing no other choice, she dismisses him from her service, ordering him exiled from Meereen before dusk. A heartbroken Jorah complies, riding away alone. In the north, Theon Greyjoy, now fully broken and known only as Reek, arrives at Roose Bolton's camp. He presents Roose with the flayed banner of House Stark, a gruesome symbol of their capture of Moat Cailleen. Rose is pleased with Reek's obedience and reveals his own good news: a royal pardon from the king that legitimizes Ramsay Snow as Ramsay Bolton, his true-born son. Ramsay, now a legitimate Bolton, affirms his loyalty as they prepare to march with their army, hinting at their next target, Winterfell, once the home of the Starks, now seemingly within their grasp under Bolton rule. Elsewhere on the road, Arya Stark and the Hound finally arrive at the Bloody Gate, the entrance to the Eyrie. Their goal was to collect the ransom Arya's Aunt Lysa promised for her safe return. However, their hopes are brutally dashed when they're informed by the guards that Lysa Arryn is dead. The news, while shocking to Arya, is particularly frustrating for the Hound, whose anticipated payment has just fallen through. But the most pivotal and utterly shocking moment of the episode takes place in King's Landing. Jaime Lannister visits Tyrion in his cell, wishing him good luck before his trial by combat. The scene then shifts to the arena, packed with onlookers, including Cersei and Tywin Lannister. Tyrion's champion is Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper of Dawn, who faces Gregor Clegane, the Mountain. Oberyn, fueled by his quest for vengeance for his sister Elia Martell and her children, whom the Mountain raped and murdered during the sack of King's Landing, engages in a dazzling, agile fight. He repeatedly wounds the Mountain, demanding a confession. Tragically, Oberyn becomes arrogant and doesn't finish the job, instead circling the downed Mountain, desperate to hear him confess Elia's name and his crimes. This pause proves fatal. The Mountain, with a final surge of strength, trips Oberyn, mounts him, and brutally crushes his skull with his bare hands, while finally screaming Elia's name. With Oberyn dead, the trial by combat is lost. Tywin Lannister immediately pronounces sentence. Tyrion Lannister is sentenced to death.